Okay, this is informative speech number 3 with visual aids. Missy Roberts. Okay, suppose you're sitting around with family and then suddenly you get a severe headache, followed by numbness, and then you find yourself not being able to make out the faces in front of you. You hear the questions being asked, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And you're unable to answer. Your words are slurred. If you ever find yourself or someone around you in this situation, a stroke may be occurring. According to the strokeassociation.org, strokes are the number 5 cause of death and leading cause of disability in the United States. As you walk away from this speech, I would like for you to leave informed of what a stroke is and how to detect when someone is showing signs and symptoms of a stroke. First, you may ask yourself, what is a stroke? The American Stroke Association says on its website that a stroke occurs when a blood vessel that carries oxygen and nutrients to the brain is either blocked with a clot or ruptures. When that occurs, part of the brain cannot receive the blood and oxygen it needs, causing the brain cells to die. The National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke website identifies 2 major kinds of stroke. The first kind of stroke is ischemic stroke, which is caused by a blood clot that obstructs the flow of blood to the brain. The second is a hemorrhagic stroke. It is caused by a blood vessel that breaks and the blood then enters the brain. Another type of stroke is called the mini stroke, which is a temporary clot. These are warning signs that prior to the actual stroke and should be taken very seriously. About 80% of strokes are ischemic and 20% are hemorrhagic. Before we move on to how to recognize a stroke, let's discuss some myths, facts, and statistics. The first myth is that stroke cannot be prevented. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. Also, another myth is strokes only affects the elderly. Strokes can happen to anyone. In fact, stroke.org says that the risk of stroke from birth through age 18 is almost 11 in 100,000 children per year. Okay, another myth is stroke happens in the heart. And the fact that stroke is a brain attack. And also, strokes are not hereditary. Family history of stroke increases your chance for stroke. Okay, and here are 2 additional facts. About 795,000 Americans each year suffer a new or recurrent stroke. That means, on average, a stroke occurs every 40 seconds. About 40% of stroke deaths occur in males and 60% in females. Annually, 55,000 more women have a stroke than men. With such alarming statistics, we can see that strokes are not as rare as we may think. With knowing that, we should all be knowledgeable about how to spot the warning signs and symptoms of a stroke. In an article titled "Spot a Stroke" on the American Stroke Association's website, they provide an acronym to help you remember the warning signs, and that's called FAST. Okay, as you can see, FAST, F is for face drooping. Does one side of the face droop or is it numb? To determine this, you can just ask the person to smile. A is for arm weakness. Is one arm weak or numb? Ask the person to raise both arms. Does one arm drift downward? S is for speech difficulty. Is speech slurred? You can ask the person to repeat a simple sentence such as, "The apple is red." And T If anyone shows any symptoms or signs of these, you can call 911 to get the person to the hospital. Every minute counts when someone is having a stroke. The longer the brain goes without receiving the blood that it needs, the greater the overall damage. Treatment is available and should be done immediately to save lives and increase the chances of successful recovery. There are nearly 7 million stroke survivors in the United States, but remember that it is also the number 5 leading cause of death. So let's be informed, be proactive, and save some lives. Thank you.